When we think of game audio, we usually think of music, dialogue, and sounds. But what if I told you there's a field of game audio that you can't actually hear? Some people consider haptics a part of game audio, and Astrobot's audio team certainly does. It makes sense. After all, sound deals with vibrations through the air, and haptics deal with vibrations through surfaces. Developed by Team Asobi and published by Sony Interactive in 2024, Astrobot won Game of the Year at the Game Awards and Audio of the Year at the Game Audio Network Guild Awards. In addition to traditional audio, Astrobot's sound designers also designed the haptics and used the capabilities of the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller to its fullest potential. So welcome to Player by Ear. I'm a sound designer and all-around game audio enthusiast. Let's dive right in to the haptics of Astrobot. At its core, haptics are vibrations in the game controller. If you have a phone, you may know of haptic feedback, like when your phone vibrates when you press certain buttons. The DualSense takes it to the next level by using a bunch of tiny motors that can produce much more detailed and complex vibrations called force feedback, and Astrobot takes full advantage of all of them. Even when you're just walking around in the game, you can feel the rustling of the grass beneath Astro, the splashing of water, the softness of the sand. Small touches like these help put the player in the perspective of Astro, and especially for a game as vibrant as this, haptics make the game feel more alive. But it doesn't just stop there. To breathe more life into the game, Astrobot uses haptics to make certain one-off features and moments feel special. For example, in one level, you get a penguin pal that helps you swim faster, and while it's on Astro's back, you can feel the penguin's feet flapping in the water as it propels you forward. There's also a power-up that turns Astro into a sponge capable of absorbing water, and when you're full of water, the DualSense controller feels heavy and waterlogged. But these are not just for aesthetics. By making your actions feel different than the norm, haptics in combination with visuals and traditional audio make these special moments feel more impactful and important, and they inform you that conditions in the world have changed. In fact, there is some information that the game conveys exclusively through haptics. There's one moment that perfectly encapsulates this in my opinion.
Interesting. Oh, you're supposed to. Oh, cool. So the controller like rumbles a certain way when you know which one you're supposed to be pushing. Cool.
As Astro slides his hand across a certain row of blocks, the DualSense produces haptic feedback. But there is one block that can be pushed. It looks and sounds the same, but it feels different. It rumbles, and that signifies to you that's the one to push. I believe moments like these where haptics convey information about the world are particularly important for Astrobot as a platformer game. In platformers, players need to traverse the environment and terrain, so the game needs to be able to provide information about the world so that you know where to go. And Astrobot uses haptics as an additional medium to achieve that. Usually, we rely on our senses of sight and hearing to figure out what is happening in a game, but Astrobot brings in a whole new layer by bringing the power of feeling and touch to the game toolkit. It is my hope that we get to see future games by other developers regardless of genre take advantage of the potential of haptic feedback in a similar vein to Astrobot, and I look forward to seeing how haptics will evolve further. That's all for this video. This is my final video about nominees from the Game Audio Network Guild Awards, so thank you for joining me, and this is Player by Ear signing off one last time.